Hey there, this is Randy from the Grawlix podcast. I have a little bit of a different kind of video for you today, and if you hear a cricket in the background, I apologize. One has made his way into our house and is slowly driving me mad. So this is kind of a behind the scenes, how the Grawlix is made type thing. You're going to see a time lapse of the editing process for episode 19, which came out last month. Episode 20's just dropped. I'm going to keep this real brief because the first time I attempted to record this intro, I talked for 30 minutes. I'm serious, I did. 30 minutes. Here's a quick rundown of what you are looking at, and then it's going to kick right into Time-Lapse, and you'll hear some groovy little music, some like extended Grawlix podcast theme song or something. The program I'm using to edit here is Acid Pro 7.0. I've been using Acid products since Acid Music 2.0, well over 10 years ago. These days I use Ableton Live for music production, but Acid is still fantastic for editing these podcasts. I can chop and move along really quickly. And what you see here are two tracks. I record Melanie and myself on the left channel of an audio file, and Jesse gets recorded separately into the right channel, so I end up with one audio file. I then drop that in, duplicate it, separate the left from the right channel so I can edit Jesse's track and Melanie and myself individually, which is handy for cutting out like coughs or dog barks on Jesse's side, or just other little editing things. It's handy to have us separated on different tracks with no bleed over. And then below the two main tracks there are two muted tracks. Those are for deleted goodness. Oftentimes while editing a podcast, we'll say something funny or even entire conversations that are funny, but maybe not relevant to the podcast episode at hand, maybe not appropriate, or just stuff that doesn't flow in the episode itself. But I set everything aside for possible future usage. Deleted scenes episode, blooper reel, if you will. If you're wondering what's that and why do occasionally I throw some tracks down there, that's what that is. This podcast I edited all in one night, which I generally don't do, and you'll see why. I'm very anal about my editing. As you listen to our episodes, you may not think so, but trust me, it could be way worse. Lots of lots of rambles, lots of stutters. And once again, this is episode number 19. You're going to watch the editing of. The final episode ended up being just over 2.5 hours long. The recording itself was 3 hours long, maybe a little more. If you'd like to listen to that episode, you can listen to it right here. It'll show up right now. And enjoy the show. If anything, just groove on some music.